Now we're going to look at the roll on the DJM800. The roll is similar to the feedback loop in a way, except you can only record once, but you can always return to your original loop. So if we play our track, select our roll on our effects selector, select our channel, which is channel 3. Our BPM is 124, so that's correct. Here we set our timing, which is exactly the same principle as this here on the effects unit. So if we set 8.1, engage our roll by hitting the yellow button, it will sample 2 bars. Here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8. Right, now if I stop the CD player, we've now done a 2-bar loop with the roll. There's not really much you can do with this now, but it's very useful if you're running out of a track in a club, or you just want to loop a certain section of a track, because you can leave this playing, of course. Change your roll to a different channel by changing your effect selector. Exactly the same thing you can do with a feedback loop. You can move it down the mixer along any channel, as long as you've got the fader up. What you can then do is mix this back in at a different point, so you can do live editing with your track. Now we're back into our CD again. So as I was saying with the roll, start our track, record 2 bars, stop our CD player, that's just our roll now. You can edit the roll by going down, just like you would on the effects unit, down the measures. So now I've chopped it into 1 bar, 2 beats, and then all the way down. And we can use our timing knob exactly the same as on the effects unit that's on the mixer. But we can always return to our original loop. Not like on here, which is destructive. This is non-destructive. Like the effects unit, with the echo and the pitch echo, you can move your feedback loop from echo to pitch echo to edit it and do different effects. You can do that with the roll and the reverse roll. But like I was saying, it's non-destructive, so you can always return to your original loop. So if we start our CD player, 2-bar roll loop, stop our CD player. Although you don't have to, you can play in the background because the roll will always play over the top and cut out the source. So if I turn to reverse roll, and I'm changing the measures exactly as I would with the forwards roll, you can play the whole loop backwards. And back again to the forwards roll. Now with the roll, you can do your crazy little edits like you do with a feedback loop. Use your beat bar buttons, just like on the effects unit, and your rotary time encoder to do those little fills where you crunch the loop up real small. So let's have a go at that. I'm going to start with our 1-2 button on here, so half a beat. You can see when I engage the loop, when I engage the roll, it loops just that section. Smaller sections, and you can go even smaller with our time encoder. Now combine all those together, you can get some quite funky little edits going. You can fade it in and out as well with your dry wet knob. It just pans between your original track and your sampled section. Like so. Now also with our roll we can combine our colour effects. There's 4 different colour effects and they're controlled by these knobs here. I'll quickly show you what they are. Got a filter, there's a high pass and a low pass. Bit crusher, high pass and low pass on the bit crusher as well. We've got a sweep, so just our mid frequencies here, and down the other end, just our bottom and tops. And then we have a harmonic as well, which is a change in the key of the track. Now, with the roll, set it to our 2-bar setting again, 8-1, there you go. Just engage it and play with the effects and it will record whatever we do. So, switch our filter on and start recording. Now it's recorded that. Now if I leave my filter all the way down, so it's on a low pass, just the low frequencies there, I can fade this roll out here and cross mix back into the record. So now we're back in our CD again. So we've made a cool little edit, changed the part of the track and let back into it. Now you can actually record, if you're quick enough, you can record all 4 or maybe just more than one of those effects into those 2 bars. So, I'm going to switch it on advance. 1, 2. Now everything's recorded there. Might not sound that great, but what I can do is just take that first part. That's quite nice. And what you can also do is push both beat bar buttons together to re-trigger the loop. So at the moment, it's not quite in time. So if I use both buttons, there we go. So now, that's our recorded roll. This is our CD. Just panning between the 2.